This is Jeopardy! No, it's a B1 video. I don't know how many of you guys actually watch Jeopardy. I watch it pretty religiously. It's one of my favorite things. And I'm one of those guys that can answer the question, you know, and I do it out loud no matter who is with me or whatever. It may be that I'm showing off my trivial knowledge or something like that. But if you're one of these people, one of these peeps that answers Jeopardy out loud, I want you, the next time you do it alone, not in front of the kids. Oh, gravel. Do it alone and not in front of the kids. And add motherfucker on the end of your answer. It will make you crack up. It will make you laugh out loud at yourself. For example, what is Bolivia, motherfucker? Hey guys, it's Bill here, and welcome to my very first vlog of my Moto Guzzi V7 Racer, or Moto Guzzi, or however the Italians pronounce it. I've only put about 1,000 miles on this motorcycle, and I'll tell you why as I go over this semi-review. And I have really learned to absolutely adore it. I love this thing, and I'm going 3 miles an hour under the speed limit. So let's go over the good points of the V7 Racer. One, it is absolutely stunning to look at. You can kind of see it from the vlog, you can see it from my reveal video, and I'll put a picture up here of what it looks like. It is absolutely stunning. In fact, all my bikes are usually pointed in my garage as, you know, the face first. This one I always leave in sideways because I love to see my garage door open up and to show it to me. And if I couldn't actually ride this thing, if it was broken or something like that, I would move it inside my living room. It is that beautiful aesthetically to look at. The second awesome part of this motorcycle is that it has a very old school feel. It feels like an old 60s cafe racer, but it's got all modern componentry. It's got disc brakes, fuel injection, all that stuff, but it feels ancient, and I love that. I love that. I mean, it has really reinvigorated my love of motorcycling, riding this thing, because it brings me back to when I was a kid and motorcycles were just simple machines. What else do I love about this motorcycle? It's incredibly lightweight. I don't know the specs on it off the top of my head. I meant to make mental notes, but I did not. It's incredibly lightweight and very, very nimble. It's a very, very nimble, easy to handle motorcycle. It's got, what is it? Horizontally opposed V-twin? I can't remember if it's horizontal. I don't know. It's, the V-twin is sideways on the damn thing. And it makes an incredible amount of torque for the little amount of power that it has. And so, after riding a couple of my other bikes, getting on this thing, I almost wheelie it the first couple clutch pulls. I don't think it would wheelie. It may, I don't know. But it pulls like a little pissed off donkey. Not a donkey, no, KLRs are donkeys. But it pulls like something that's angry at you. And it takes a bit to get used to the clutch and be able to drop it smoothly. And I love that about the bike. Another thing that I absolutely love about the bike is its uniqueness. I made a video about a year ago when I had to get this thing registered that I had quite a bit of trouble getting the tag on it because it wasn't in the system, because no one in Nebraska had ever registered a Moto Guzzi V7 Racer. We have a dealership here that sells them, but I don't know why. I was the first one of this particular model with the chrome tank, because there's other types of V7s, the stone and something else. But I was the first one to register it in Nebraska. And I went and got this thing tagged about 3 weeks ago, I suppose. And I asked the lady, I was like, could you punch it in and see how many are there? I was still the only one. So it's a very unique motorcycle. People constantly ask me about it, what it is, what year it is, and stuff like that. And it's you know, you take it to a bike night and it's like nothing else out there. So you can't make a video about the good without making a video about the bad. The worst thing about this motorcycle is that you can't really take it anywhere. And what I mean by that is it's got a chrome tank. It's got a suede seat. I kid you not, the seat is covered in suede. Just absolutely gorgeous. That was another thing I should have said as a positive. It's actually absolutely gorgeous to look at, but you have to make sure the weather is almost perfect when you ride this thing, or absolutely perfect, because you do not want to get the seat wet. There's actually a little cover underneath the back tail portion of the motorcycle that you can put on the seat in an emergency, but you know, so it's kind of okay, but I still would not take this thing on a road trip or anything like that, even though it's incredibly fun to ride. I couldn't wave at those assholes because my bike was falling down the hill and I had to hold my front brake and my clutch, so they didn't wave at me, so everybody's happy. The thing I don't like about this motorcycle is the gas cap. It's completely separated from the gas tank, so when you go get gas, you got to find somewhere clean to put it. It's not flip up like you know, most sport bikes. My Ducati Hyper Motard is exactly the same way, and I meant to make a video about that guy as well, and complain about the same thing. Another really dumb complaint I have about this is I have an air compressor, a little bitty one that I use for, you know, whatever around the house. It's not the big jumbo industrial one, but it serves my purposes. And when I actually have to put air in the tire, my adapter for my air compressor that goes on the air valve, the air stem of the motorcycle, I can't get it in there. Because, and the reason for that is because on one side of the wheel I've got a disc brake, and the other side I have the housing, because this thing is shaft driven. It's a shaft driven motorcycle, so there's no way I can get the stick to actually put air in the rear tire, and I cannot do it with the ones at the gas station either. So I literally, when I had to put air in the rear tire of this thing, I literally have to get out a bicycle pump and just fucking turn that thing like I'm churning the butters. And it's ridiculous, but you know, it's a small price to pay. Another thing I don't like about this bike is its lack of power, but on the flip side there's a good point to that, because it's a 5-speed tranny, and you could get where you're going to launch onto the highway on the on-ramp, and you can just whale this thing, and it's a hoot. It's hilariously fun, and you are maybe barely breaking the speed limit by the time you're done. I wouldn't recommend this as a only bike that you have kind of thing because of its lack of power. What else can I complain about? Nothing really. That's it. That's my pet peeves with a bike. It doesn't have any rear passenger accommodations. It's a single person bike. It doesn't even have pegs. There's actually underneath the cowl, there's sort of a seat, and you can get on aftermarket you know, parts and put some sort of kickstand, put some sort of rear. I haven't vlogged in a while. Is it obvious? Put some sort of damn rear foot pegs on that shit so that your passenger has somewhere to kind of hang on to you. But I swear, with the power of this thing, it would not be any fun to carry a passenger. It's a single man's, I'm alone kind of thing. Another thing that I have a mild complaint about is this bike has absolutely no storage, has no under seat storage. You can't put a tank bag on it because you do not want to scratch this bullshit. It's gorgeous, but it's very, very high maintenance. So you have no storage whatsoever. In fact, I'm doing this vlog just to do this vlog. I've got a lot of errands to do, but I'm gonna go get the VFR, and I'll probably do some more vlogs today. Those are pretty much the only little nitpicky things that I can even remotely complain about this bike. I would recommend it as a great second bike, a runabout bike. I would recommend it. It's a good beginner's bike because it's so light. It's got a low seat heights, and it's got, you know, very minimal power. I wouldn't recommend the Racer though, or the chrome version of the V7 Racer. I wouldn't recommend that to a beginning rider because of you have to have a lot of experience taking care of a bike to maintain the bike because of the chrome tank and the suede seat and what have you. You got to be a little bit more mature rider to keep this thing looking as beautiful as it does, where a beginning rider may just not know that stuff. But the other versions of this, it's the V7 Racer Stone, and there's another version which I can't remember off the top of my head, and they would be perfect for a beginning rider. So that's it. And that's my video. I hope you enjoyed watching and may have learned a little bit about the V7 Racer. And I will see you on the road.